Alright guys, it's me again, back to do an updated version of Project Cars. So just wanted to kind of go over some of the things, kind of show what they've changed, kind of what they've updated. A lot of it has, more of the user interface has changed. A lot of it at one point was really just, they had just little squares saying things were going to go here, what have you, little talking screens, just basically blurbs of what information is about what's going to happen or what that is. Let's see here. They've kind of made this look a little bit nicer. This is the career mode. Again, they had a lot of like little tags on the side that were going to basically say what was going to be there at the time. And then you get to pick, you know, your career. I haven't done it yet just because I've been just kind of waiting to they get a little bit further into this, but I did it once. It was okay, but I stopped at that one point and I said I'm just gonna wait until they actually get it better. There was a lot of problems with the career side of the mode. A lot of it was because the cars would sit at the starting line and not move, and they would just sit there and not do anything, and you would be doing laps and nothing would happen. So from what I'm told, this has all been fixed. You go back over here, solo mode, a lot of it same thing, hasn't really changed too much. We can do I just did this track, this Azure Coast, which was pretty cool. I was online doing it with some guys that I saw, and it was actually a lot of fun. It kind of, you know, it's for online racing like that, it's really like if you were doing Forza 2 and what have you. I like a lot of the track type of racing where you're not that I'm not pitted up against other people, but to me there's more of learning the tracks and learning the turns and basically just doing the laps, and for me that's what I love about racing. And so this was kind of fun. I enjoyed it. I had a good time. It was along the coast. I'm assuming this is either in like Florida, the Azure Coast, East 80. I'm not too sure where East 80 is at, but it looks more, has the feel of like almost, I want to say it could even be like a Spain possibly area. But anyways, that's basically, this is the solo track. You can jump in to a race, just do a quick race weekend. You can do free practice, basically learn the track, learn it well, and then race up against other people as you start to do it. So like they show a couple other stuff looks like it's coming up available. They really have updated this driver network stuff, which was kind of nice to see. Here you can basically see my profile, basically how many hours I've played, how many miles I've driven online, how many hours I've put into it, community hours, what have you. All this is kind of new. They didn't have this before, or it wasn't that they didn't have it before, it just wasn't built out yet. So and then again, basically the different cars and the different types of cars that I've been driving, as well as my favorite location and the type of realism or preferred realism I like. And I usually like go to the pro version because I just like to, you know, for me it's about the sim. It's about pitting myself up as if I was driving it on a real track. Then you've got the other three tabs, actually two tabs, and then they actually have a face-off tab, which is supposed to be coming soon. So career tab, basically my information, what I've done, what I haven't done, different accolades. Pretty much is going to be your achievement area where you do certain things and then you get these achievements. Endorsements, they're going to have that when you do, probably going to be in your career mode. You'll have these different endorsements that you get. Invitations to different leagues or different types of styles of racing. Again, I haven't done a lot of the career mode yet, so I haven't opened up any much of these here. So that's the career side of it. The
highlights tab lists all your favorite photos and replays that you've saved.
That is kind of like the first voice they actually had when it was just the speaking voice of what each tab did. Some of the other tabs or some of the other areas in the tabs, they actually do have real voice person. This, you know, it's the computerized voice, but they actually, some of the other areas actually have the real voices of some girl who's actually telling you what that tab does and what have you. Looks like they're going to have like a YouTube area, View Driver Network highlights, so that's going to be kind of cool for those who do a lot of streaming and then want to put it up on YouTube, there's going to be an area just specifically for that. So that's kind of going to be pretty cool. Showing 88 replays. So they actually already have some of the replays up. Let's see. Let's click on it. I've never done it before. See if it does anything. Here we go. So as you can see, it does work. You can go to the different highlights here and check out all the different people's races, what they've done, who's raced what, and you can really get to check out the vehicle, check out the game, see how people are doing, what have you. So pretty cool. I kind of like that. I haven't had a chance to do much of it, but I will at some point. Let's get back into the game. There we go. Showing 88 replays. So that's basically in the drivers network part. You can go to, we've basically, here's the leaderboards if you want to look at the leaderboard for if you're looking for a specific type, who's in the rank based on the specific track, who has the best times. And that's nice. You know what be kind of, which I'm pretty sure they'll end up having for, you can probably see on YouTube, is probably see people do all those do the different races and how fast they're doing it. When I was doing a lot of iRacing, you could go to different YouTube channels and actually people will actually show you what they're doing or how they actually ran the track, as well as they would also post some of their basically tinkering with the car, you know, how much air to put in the tires, how much fuel to put in it. Obviously, if you're just trying to get a best time, then really all you're trying to do is you want less fuel and, you know, you want this thing to be super light. But when it comes to race day, they'll basically break them down into, you know, okay, this is what you're going to do for, you know, to basically for race day, we want this type of setup, and they'll show all that stuff, which is, hopefully they'll end up doing this for project cars. Different form of, well, I guess you can't change the form of racing, but let's see, all classes. There we go. We can change it to kart 1, kart 3. And so again, here's just showing all the different leaderboards there. Time trials.
In time trial mode, you can download ghosts from other members of the Project Cars community and take them on in a battle to see who's fastest, or select one of your own ghosts to use it as a guide to get faster.
Basically, if you didn't understand, it's basically you can download ghosts of other people's drivers to basically use their ghost as basically your template to basically to work on that track to get faster and faster and what have you. Faster you get, better you will get on doing a real race, and you can use that ghost to basically help achieve to get that fast. So that's that information here. Let's see here. Let's do an online race here. Quality is great. Oh, let me show you the options area. I haven't done, a lot of it's been opened up now. You can follow them on Twitter, join on Facebook, follow on Instagram. The digital manual now they have out. Here you can do player tailoring, basically what you want to be. If this is your first time ever doing any type of sim racing, then you want to go with the novice. If you're pretty good, you know, you still like a lot of some of the help from the computer, then always go with amateur. Me, I go with the pro version. Again, damage now affects the performance of the car. Tires and brakes are cold at the start of each session. All that stuff is realism. So for me, I like to be immersed into the simulation game, and for me, that's what I like to do. So that's where you can basically change the difficulty of the game. Gameplay here. You can turn on and off a lot of the driving aids, as well as the damage, wear and tear of the tires, fuel usage, auto start engine, flags and penalties, what have you. The on-screen guides, displays. Here you can change on and off as well. Here, in-game chat box, chat profanity, things like that. Opponent challenge. I've not messed with this here. So just a game challenge and realism to suit your preferences. I don't know what this says, but I'll keep it up to that high. I think that's probably going to be for the AI if you're racing. So how skilled the AI is going to be. But there's that. Let's go back. Controls here, basically where you can change whether you're using a wheel or if you're going to use a controller. I can't see anybody using mouse and keyboard, but some people do. It's in there, but they do have, and I don't mind changing. I'll just recalibrate. But they do have a lot of the different wheels in here already, so don't think that you won't have any of the wheels basically in here. So there's tons of different ones. As you can see, the different Logitechs, the Momos, the Thrustmasters, Ferrari GT Thrustmaster, the F430s, the F1 wheel, Thrustmasters. So you see, they pretty much covered almost every wheel that's probably out there for the PC. And you know, there's Fanatic. I'm hoping at some point when it comes out for Xbox One that they're going to do the same thing. I don't know if they're going to support PCA. I haven't heard anything. I've been trying to find out if they're going to actually support any of the PC wheels, which I highly doubt, because they're making their own wheels. Microsoft and Mad Catz and actually and Fanatic, they're actually making a wheel specifically for Xbox One as well too. So there's going to be different wheels out there. Let's see here. The Sidewinder. See, there's the keyboard and mouse. I just can't see anybody doing that. Custom wheel. So I'm assuming if you have a wheel that you just, you know, that's not on that list, then you'll be able to basically configure it to your wheel. Low fidelity. Custom controllers. There's the Xbox One controllers and the Logitech 25, and here's the Logitech 27. So all this should be good, and that's all the controls. Visuals, turn on and off basically on the game. I pretty much have everything on. Fidelity, we can do it in Windows, the size of the resolution, basically the video stuff, texture, high res, VSync, all the different video stuff that you can turn on and off here. And then let's see, hardware here. Virtual reality predict, use shared memory, the jitter tweak, things like that. There's a whole bunch of different stuff in here that you can do. There's a video calibration if you need to do that. There. Let's go back to the other one. Cameras, different camera views. Basically, these camera views can be set on how you want them. So if you want to be, you know, for the cockpit view, you can change the vision, basically how far you want it. So if you want it up pretty close, up to the wheel, or the wheel, you want the wheel out further out in front of you, you can change all that. Same thing with the roof camera, chase camera, helmet camera, and so on. Let's see, movement here. World movement, G-force, show helmet, all the different other things that you can add for the camera views. I haven't tweaked with most of that stuff there. Let's go back here. My garage. Here's just, this was the last car I was driving, so this is the McLaren. This is basically where you can go in. If you do a lot of racing with that specific car, you can create new setups, and that's what I meant by when dealing with a lot of other, or you can go online and actually see other people's races or what car that they use, and you like using the same car but you want to get better times. A lot of the guys who do a lot of racing in these will set a lot of times, and they'll put them up on YouTube, and then they'll basically say what their setup was. Some people do, some people don't. Some people are very leery about giving it. In iRacing, I can see why that would be a big deal. There's a lot of huge money involved when you do the bigger races, and you know, people, unless you're on that specific team with that do a lot of those racings and win the money, they keep all their stuff as pretty quiet to themselves. But most people are usually pretty good about sharing, explaining their setup. If they're trying to get a better time, they'll explain what their setup was. You know, less fuel, make the tires, less air in the tires. You know, change the wing, all that type of stuff. So this is where you can do all that type of stuff. Take photos, view the information. Doesn't show really any information. Oh, this is just view of the vehicle, but pretty cool. Let's see, you can probably select the cars that you want. Road, change to the Audi, change different liveries, the Mitsubishi stuff. Just kind of flipping through these for you, showing these different ones that they have. So they do have, I wouldn't say an extensive, but they've got a pretty good different type of cars that they have already, so pretty nice. do like that. Here, hold on 1 second. Let's see the Fords. We can take a look at the Fords. There you go. It's the Ford Focus RS. Pretty nice little car there. Let's see the BMWs. It's the M Coupe. So those are the different cars, and the cars that you can set up and change and do whatever you want based on the different track that you're racing on. So, you know, that's pretty much, like I said, they've kind of didn't change too much, but they got a lot of rid of those little, I want to call it those little stickies that they had up on the corner saying this, what type of information is. So they've kind of added all that different stuff. It's been put in. Let's see if we can find a race so that you guys can see the game inside. Let's do an online race here. Sometimes there is, sometimes there isn't. It just depends. Let's click here, see if we can find one. If not, we can probably set up for the career one. It's been a while since I've done the career, but I want to show you guys the game so you guys can see it. Okay, let's go back. Looks like nobody's there. Let's do, you know what, we can just do a solo free race here. Let's do a quick race weekend. Let's change the well here. Yes, location. Pretty nice here. We could do the California highway full. That'll be fun, and we'll use that. And the vehicle. Oh, you know what? See, they still have a couple of ones. They haven't changed them all, but there's still a few of them that are still left out there. Let's see options. I forgot to change. Let's see controls. Gameplay. What I'm looking for is how do I can't remember. Let's see. Configuration. Here we go. Edit assignments. Okay, I'm looking to basically change the camera cycle. So we're going to change camera view set. Let's see what it is on the. Well. Okay, so I'm going to change it. I'm going to make it this button here. Okay. So I can at least cycle through. Perfect. Okay, back to where we were. So, quick weekend, California. We could do a multi-class. That'll be pretty cool. Change my vehicle. Let's just go with the here, let's just do the Mitsubishi Lancer. That'll be fun to ride. And structure. And so there's no time limits. Okay, so let's start it up. Though it does take some, see, there we go, it's gonna kick me out. Sometimes, for whatever reason. Let's see here, back here. Sorry guys. I'm still here. Trying to get back. You know what? Hold on guys. Well, actually, we'll be fine. For whatever reason, it's like I said, it's still beta. It still has problems. Every time there's a new build, I was talking to some of the guys that were in the game. They were talking about how that you should delete the cars folder for the new build that comes out every time. So I didn't do that, but let's see here. We should be good. Choose format identical. Multi-class. What's my vehicle? No. it at? Bugatti. Ah, here it is. Mitsubishi. Structure. Alright, let's see. Should be good. See, for whatever reason, it kicks me out. And then I have to get back into the game. So I'm going to try not to crash too much. I've only did the California one once. I don't really remember it much. But this is the full version. So it's 12.8 miles. 107 turns. So we'll see what happens here. Alright, so let's get this going. should be a pretty cool race, though. Race myself. 12 miles. 12.8 miles. There it is, guys. That's one of the tracks, one of the long endurance tracks that you can do. 12.8 miles. A lot of tracks that they got here. Again, still no real names for them just yet. Just the areas that they were in, what have you. But I haven't tried any of the replay stuff. Haven't messed with that. I'm afraid to, just because the last time I tried it, they actually had problems doing it. So I'm just going to return to Race Central here. Let's see if I can find a online race, and maybe we can get a better one, better feel for the racing side of it. Cars still run really well. I definitely do prefer using a wheel over a controller. I did the controller. You know, the turns for me seem super sharp. So even if you just move the controller or the analog stick just a little bit to the right or left, the car kind of jerks to the right real quick, like almost too much. So the wheel, here we go, Dark Star, let's join him. So for me, it was just easier for me not to, I like the McLaren in this, just to use my wheel. And for me, it's the immersion factor for me. So I like using the wheel. It's much more interesting, makes it feel more like I'm in the race and what have you. Don't forget, guys, I'm actually going to start back up doing some iRacing stuff too. So if you guys haven't seen iRacing and really, I mean, I know you guys can see YouTube videos, but I can at least kind of go through it, give you guys a better look into the game itself. So I'll end up playing some iRacing a little bit later on, and I'll do a video on it, and you guys can check it out. A lot of the racing is a lot of fun. It's a lot harder to play because there's a lot of technical side of the whole game. You really got to basically learn the tracks. There's no little maps on the sides that show you anything. It's just all you learning the track, learning the vehicle, the feel of the vehicle, when you basically run the vehicle inside, in regards to turning on the tracks and how the car leans, hitting the apex and seeing, you know, what the car does. Some cars will hold really well. Some cars, you know, it takes a while for them to actually even get up to or warm up to even start hitting turns. So some cars, like the Pontiac Solstice, which is pretty much one of the first cars that you'll get in iRacing, when you pay for the subscription base. Right now for returning people's, it's $12 a month. So I did it a lot, but then I kind of backed away. I was kind of tired of paying the subscription base, but I go back now and then just because I want to see all the different updates they've done. Plus as well, I still thoroughly enjoy the game. That's probably the only real game so far, and I'm hoping Project Cars will be that other avenue for me to play more of a technical feel of racing. I'm hoping that they go that route as well as, you know, they have the availability to be able to play with, well, for others to be able to join and still learn and know what it's like to play more of a sim-like game. I know it's either, right now it's either sim or nothing, you know, it's either sim or arcade. I mean, Forza and some of the other games try to manipulate or try to do the sim side, but not, they try to make that even side out to make it one side, you know, so it doesn't hang on so much of the simulation side versus the arcade side. So they try to hit basically everybody who wants to do any type of racing. That's what Forza is, to me anyways. But if you're really interested and you really enjoy the competitive side of sim racing, this is the way to go. I would say iRacing, and then hopefully with project cars, there'll be that side of it as well, where there'll be a lot of the high-end people that do a lot of the competitive racing. So, hold on a second here, guys. But let's see. I'm just waiting to see if there's any more people going to join. Let me click vote to start here. So I can't Eiffel Wall. I can't remember which one that one is. Oh, here we go. We're going to start. So here we go. Hopefully I don't get kicked out. See what's going on here. What happens? And let's see. Hopefully I don't get kicked out. Usually it's only the first time I get kicked out the first time, but besides that, it's just usually I'm able to get into the other games after that. This is gonna be whatchamacallit. Ugh, I hate this track. I don't do well on it. Nürburgring, so I'm not gonna do well on it. Come on, load. Load times are still kind of long on here. For PC, I mean, still got to load my wheel drivers and stuff like that, and sync us all up together to play and what have you. So they tend to be a little long, but once you're in, it's fine. I usually don't have see if me and the other guys. Unsportsmanlike conduct. chnages, one of my chnages. It's definitely gonna be. What are you talking about? Oh, what happened? Oh, well, there it is, guys. That is. Let's go here. Let's. Right. What happened? Oh, I guess he must have left. Exit out. So there it is, guys. There's Project Cars with the newest build that they have going on for right now for us. I'm hoping to maybe possibly get a interview with Andy, one of the directors there. We can do a little sit down talk with him and see basically where they are, what their focus is, and basically what direction they want to go with Project Cars besides what they've got already in the build. Again, thanks again for watching. Check us out at www.bitlapse.com. You can actually take a look at our videos over at our YouTube channel. Just search for BitLapse. Besides that, guys, that's it. Until next, guys, thanks for watching. See ya. Bye.